Alright, it's like 6 p.m. and I just woke up. Which is crazy. But that's what happened. I just woke up. And this is Tattoo Tarot. Judgment again. What the fuck, dude? Judgment is the first card again. We're not pulling it. Yes, we are. Okay. But this one, I'm being guided to take a little bit more time shuffling. So this one actually is pretty reminiscent of the original Judgment card. We've got our people, our naked people down at the bottom with some red ribbons, which I find interesting. Then Angel of Judgment facing some in particular. XX. Which, I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. I don't have very many decks that like mirror the traditional Rider-Waite. I've got like a silver holographic Rider-Waite deck. That's the only traditional one I think I've got, aside from the ones that are like poker card size. So I think that's pretty cool. Interesting. Ace of Swords and the Four of Coins. This is breaking through a wall. Something you were holding on to, holding back. This is almost giving like emotional barrier, like we read the other day. Judgment, awakening, understanding. So many people reach for the divine, right? But these two have this eye contact. They're not reaching, they're not trying, they're not begging for the divine. They're looking into the divine's eyes, holding their heart chakra. Because they've done the work. They have done the internal work in order to connect with the divine. Their higher self, their inner self. And I'm getting that there might be somebody that you've been interacting with who doesn't want to see you for what you are or who you are. The Chariot. They may not want to see you for what or who you are because they're coming from a limited mind space where in their mind there is correct and incorrect answers. Because they haven't understood yet that their own experience is subjective. That spirit, again, spirit will communicate with you in ways that you can understand. It's a language, right? They don't understand that everything the divine uses, which is all of your senses and all of your clair abilities, the divine will use all of those things to reinforce particular visions, particular belief systems, different ideas, in order to communicate to you, because that is how you will understand it. They use the specific synchronicities for you because you will see them, you will understand them. They're not going to use Jane down the street synchronicities on you. They're not going to show you the same visions that they would show her. It's about the message that they want you to receive, not necessarily exactly what they're experiencing. And this person in your life is beginning to open their eyes to that. Seeing eye. The divine is beginning to flow through that chakra. But what? But Five of Cups. Two of Cups. It's not a 5. 7 of Cups. 4 of Swords. They may be understanding with these 3 cards that they've been asleep. This soul connection, this catalyst moment, was meant to show them which cup was real, or that none of the cups were real. Seven of Cups is all about dreams, right? You're not showing them a truth. You're showing them how to interpret their truth. And that can be difficult sometimes. You are waking them up so that they can interpret their own reality and for their own soul connections, for their own spiritual hygiene, spiritual health. What's going on in their mind, their heart? This other person. Six of Cups. They might actually feel this religious pull. And that might be why this is a card of nostalgia. This is a card of soul connection. This is a card of innocence. But we've got a cross here coming out of the center cup with a heart. And this person may be dealing with religious inclinations. And they may have struggled because you don't accept religious inclinations. You accept that religion is one interpretation of many of these events, these situations, these spiritualities. It's not true. But it's no more valid than yours or anybody else's beliefs or experiences. And there's usually resistance when you tell somebody with that kind of faith structure that another is just as valid. A lot of the time they just can't hear that. And that could have been what created this resistance. I'm smelling these cards again and I'm going like, these don't smell like my cards. There was something in that interaction with them that was meant to open their eyes, to show them the truth of soul connection, the truth of their connection with the divine. But they're seeing it through this religious lens. And it's almost giving like blindfold energy, because when you're wearing rose-colored glasses, everything comes through pink. You can't actually see differences other than in shades. If you want to know the true colors of the world, then you have to take off the glasses. And that doesn't mean to stop believing in whatever you believe in. That means to expand your idea of what is possible. That everything can exist simultaneously. And if you are receiving messages with spiritual synchronicities or spiritual signs from a particular religion, Ace of Swords here, it's because Spirit knows that's what you will understand. I did cleanse these off camera, by the way. Strength confirmation. We have moved so far beyond the need to conform to a particular religion. As a people, I think a lot of people understand the value of spirituality over religion. The world. And this kind of, oh, that's cute. They covered up her her goods. That's awesome. I was worried about like the nudity. Not that it really matters. King of Swords, King of Cups, and the Sun. This is about balancing and integrating the emotional and the logical aspects here. The King of Cups I probably shuffled back in. But we've got Temperance, Swords, and the Sun. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. All you have to do is remain open-minded. The divine will prove itself.